Hello, everyone. Good afternoon, and welcome back to the live session again, where we will be covering new vocabularies for this week. Meanwhile, hi everyone. Hello. Please put on your names in the chat window. और अगर आपको पीछे की कोई vocabularies में कोई दिक्कत है तो please tell me. I'll just clear it off before we can just start off. Also tell me if I am audible or not. Hi, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Yes. So should I start with the session? Okay. सो आज की जो नई वोकैबलरी हैं अगेन वो एसएससी आईएल्स या फिर जो आप यूज़ भी कर सकते हैं उससे रिलेटेड है ऑल टुगेदर जो मैंने देखा है लास्ट इतने दिनों से जब मैं वोकैबलरी सेशन ले रही हूँ दैट देयर इज ऑलमोस्ट लिस्ट ऑफ 1,000 वोकैबलरी वर्ड्स जो मोस्टली बार बार रिपीट होते हैं whether it is any exam of your government like SSC, CTS, CLAT, etc. And also in IELTS the same vocabulary words is used. Even in CUET exam अब यही vocabulary words आ रहे हैं. So what we need to focus is we have to focus on learning this vocabulary and then repeating it after learning it. The problem which I am finding with the people is practice is missing. So you have to revise it so that you can remember it, right? Now, let's just talk about today's vocabulary word. But before that, do you want a quiz onto it on the last vocabulary word? Yes, last session was not conducted on last Saturday because it was elections in Delhi and the office was closed. Yes. Okay, so before we should start, let me repeat by saying that one option which you can definitely start with is making your vocabulary chemistry book if you have not made it. And vocabulary increase या enhance करने का सबसे बेस्ट तरीका है reading. So read as much as you can and create your own word chemistry list जिसमें कि सिर्फ वर्ड ना हो. मैंने आपको यहाँ पे एक स्क्रीनशॉट भी अटैच किया है जिसके अंदर वो फॉर्मेट दिया हुआ है द वे आई मेक माई स्टूडेंट्स डू इट. उसमें डेट लिखा रहता है, वर्ड लिखा रहता है और एक दिन हम एक ही वर्ड पे फोकस करेंगे, ज्यादा वर्ड्स लर्न करने की कोशिश नहीं करेंगे. देन आई वुड राइट द मीनिंग ऑफ इट, देन अ सेंटेंस यूजिंग दैट वर्ड विद उसके सिनोनिम्स एंड एंटोनिम्स. लाइक यहाँ पे प्रॉब्लम वर्ड का किया हुआ है मैंने. तो प्रॉब्लम वर्ड इसलिए लिया बिकॉज इट इज द मोस्ट इजिएस्ट वर्ड जो किसी को भी समझ में आएगा. बट आप डिफिकल्ट टू डिफिकल्ट वर्ड का भी ऐसे ही कर सकते हैं. जो मैं वोकैबलरी वर्ड्स सिखाती हूँ जिसमें कि 5 से 7 वोकैबलरी वर्ड एक सेशन में होते हैं, आप उसको भी ऐसे ही करिए. प्रॉब्लम वोकैबलरी लर्न करने से ज्यादा उसके यूसेज में आपको मल्टीपल वेज में उसके सिनोनिम्स एंटोनिम्स यूज करने आने चाहिए. एंड देन यू शुड शेयर इट विद पीपल सो दैट यू रिमेंबर इट. Most importantly, practice it in your writing and conversations so that you can remember it. The major focus area is that, राइट. एंड इन क्लासेस हम तो विद गेम्स एंड अदर ऑप्शंस हम लोग प्रैक्टिस करते रहते हैं. तो वो भी है. एंड ऑल्सो अगर आपने अभी तक मुझे इंस्टाग्राम पे फॉलो नहीं किया तो प्लीज फॉलो कर लीजिए बिकॉज वहां पे बहुत ही इंटरेस्टिंग कुछ रील्स आने वाली हैं जिससे कि आप अपनी इंग्लिश इंप्रूव कर सकते हैं एंड योर कम्युनिकेशन ऑल्सो यू कैन इम्प्रूव. Right. So today let's just move on to the quiz. The first quiz for the day is he declared that no opposition, derision, or contempt should be dash him. Now the options are daunting, cantankerous, expectorates, and ephemeral. Now what will be the option here? Please answer your questions. Yet Zoom people live on YouTube. Everyone, please answer it. So the answer here is daunting. Daunting means difficult to deal with, right? So daunting. He declared that no opposition, derision or contempt should be daunting him. मतलब उसको डील करने में उसको प्रॉब्लम नहीं होनी चाहिए. Good job. Yes. Now next quiz for the day is the city would dash for 3 months at least daunting, cantankerous, endure, and ephemeral. What is the option as an answer? Yes, everyone. So the answer is endure. The city would suffer. Endure means suffer. So the city would endure for 3 months at least. Please make sure your friends and your relatives are also attending it, क्योंकि ये workshop अभी free है, then it will be removed from the YouTube and is going to be a course. So why not to take advantage of this free session? So endure. The city would endure for 3 months at least. Right? Correct. Next, these paintings are a reminder that earthly pleasures are dash, are daunting, cantankerous, endure, or ephemeral. What is the option? What is the answer of this particular sentence? What can be here? So the answer would be ephemeral. These paintings are a reminder that earthly pleasures are lasting there for a very short time. ठीक है ना? तो ephemeral. Ephemeral का मतलब याद है? Yes, right. It's ephemeral, lasting for a very short time. The next is, I hope I'm not running fast. He can be a dash old fossil at times, daunting, cantankerous, endure, and ephemeral. So what's the answer? He can be a dash old fossil at times. Cantankerous. Yes, the answer is cantankerous. Correct. Yeah. Good job. So cantankerous means anybody who has bad temper, argumentative he is, or he's uncooperative. So that person is known as cantankerous person, right? So he can be a cantankerous old fossil at times. Correct? Next one. The proportion of dash is falling quite rapidly. The proportion of daunting, cantankerous, expectorates, and ephemeral. What's the answer? सब भूल चुके हैं ना, एक वीक का गैप आ गया तो सी दैट्स व्हाई द सेशन विल एंड सून. तो आपको प्रैक्टिस तो कंटिन्यू करना पड़ेगा ना. एक्सपैट्यूरेट्स. ओके. यस, द आंसर इज एक्सपैट्यूरेट्स. द प्रोपोर्शन ऑफ एक्सपैट्यूरेट्स. एक्सपैट्यूरेट्स का मतलब होता है विच इज रिलेटेड टू अ पर्सन जो कि कंट्री में ना रहता हो, तो जो बाहर रहता हो उसके लिए हम एक्सपैट्यूरेट्स यूज करते हैं. तो द प्रोपोर्शन ऑफ एक्सपैट्यूरेट्स इज फॉलिंग क्वाइट रैपिडली. यस. So that was the quiz from my side, and let's move on to the words for the day. Yes. Should I? Okay. So the first word for the day is adherent. Adherent. Now, adherent is a noun and it means someone who is a supporter or who is a follower, right? So, for example, I am adherent to Shah Rukh Khan or I am adherent of Shah Rukh Khan. Majorly, it is used with religions or a group of certain people who supports, right? So, synonyms of the adherent can be supporter, fan, advocate, follower, admirer, partisan. Now, this partisan is a word which is again a new word and it has come in few exams, so you can just mark it out. Partisan, disciple, protagonist, devotee, henchmen or women. Henchmen, acha, woman या women, right? Henchmen or woman. Upholder, sectary. It's not secretary, it's sectary. And votary. Antonyms, जो कि सपोर्टर या फॉलोअर ना हो उसके लिए होगा. सो द वर्ड कैन बी अपोजिशन, राइवल, अपोजर, एनिमी, ऑपोनेंट, फो. हम बोलते हैं ना फ्रेंड और फो. ही इज अ फ्रेंड और फो. सो फो इज एडहरेंट. एडवर्सरी, एंटागोनिस्ट, right? Antagonist. Now, partisan or protagonist is someone who supports, and antagonist is who does not support. Dissentient. Dissentient. and disputant. Okay, so these are the synonyms and antonyms of adher. It's not adherent, it's adherent. Examples of some usage of the word: this is not the behavior or belief of a tiny group of adherents. The brand was both enthusiastic adherents and vehement critics. Vehement means firm. हम vehement word भी कर चुके हैं पिछले vocabulary word में. It is actually a growing movement with adherents across the globe. Please put on the sentence in the comment window. Okay. Yes, nice. I'm adherent to her decision. Okay. To her decision ki jagah you can put the name because it will be very clear as it is one sentence only. So this was the first word for the day, adherent. Now, second word. Let's move on to the second word. You must have heard this in history, barbaric, right? Barbaric. Its R is silent here. It is an adjective, and it is used for someone who is uncivilized, who is brutal. So, generally, when some kind of homicide or some kind of thing which is unhuman is done, we call it barbaric, right? So, pronunciation is barbaric. R is silent for time. Now, synonyms for the same is wild, rough, gross, gross, savage, primitive, rude, coarse, vulgar. Barbarian is same, uneducated, brutish, not British, unsophisticated, uncouth. Uncouth has also come in last 10 years in various exams, right? Then it is uncultivated, right? Then it is unpolished, uncultured, and it is unmannered, right? So these are the synonyms of barbarous, correct? I hope it is clear, right? Remember this uncouth. Now, antonym will be which is, or a person who is very human, who is kind, sympathetic, merciful. So that is antonym. Now, of barbarous. So words can be benign, G silent, human, yeah, humane, kind, sympathetic, compassionate, warm, merciful, charitable. Lenient is the word which has come in previous exams. Kind hearted, tender, pitying, good hearted, tender hearted, peaceful, warm hearted, and clement. Clement has recently come in CDS exam. Yes, clement. So let's just understand certain sentences of using which uses barbarous. Break any of these rules sooner than say anything outright barbarous. They make the difference between a decent society and a barbarous one. The pontiff reiterated, now pontiff is a name here, reiterated his condemnations of war as barbarous, right? So barbarous, generally it is inhuman. A very good word, and you can use it in your conversations and also while writing your content. So first word was adherent and second word is barbarous. Let's move on to the third word, but before that, put on the sentences in the comment window. Yes, please. Waiting for the comments. Okay, so you can put in, I'll check in later on. And then the third word for the day, um, which is mispronounced, highly mispronounced, and it is used in regular life. It is called as callous, right? Callous. Callous बोलते हैं हम इसको या callous दोनों बोल सकते हैं, right? The meaning can be showing no concern for other people's feeling, right? तो जिसके पास जो दूसरों के बारे में नहीं सोचता, दूसरों की फीलिंग के बारे में नहीं सोचता, cold hearted होता है, unsympathetic होता है, uncaring होता है, so they are called as callous या callous. Now callous means synonyms of the callous are, पहली बात तो ये एडजेक्टिव है, पर्सन को डिफाइन करने के लिए यूज होता है. आज मैंने ज्यादातर जो वर्ड्स लिए वो एडजेक्टिव है, बिकॉज डेली लाइफ में वी हैव टू डिफाइन पीपल एंड दैट इज वेयर एडजेक्टिव कम्स इनटू पिक्चर. तो इसके कुछ सिनोनिम्स हो सकते हैं: हार्टलेस, कोल्ड, हार्श, hardened, indifferent, insensitive, unsympathetic. He is an unsympathetic person. Uncaring. Solus. Now, solus is one word which has come in CUET paper currently. The one which happened recently, that this was a synonym which came. Hard bitten, unfeeling, obdurate, a very good word. Obdurate, affectless, हार्ड हार्टेड एंड इंड्यूरेटेड. एक हमने एंड्योर पढ़ा था, ये है इंड्यूरेटेड. ओके, नाउ एंटोनिम फॉर द सेम कैन बी a person who understands, is soft, gentle, tender. So these are the antonyms of callous: understanding, caring, soft, sensitive, gentle, tender, sympathetic, compassionate. Right? Compassionate is something which we use often. Compassionate and considerate. Right? So let's get into these sentences. Please, आप पहले से ही मुझे एक सेंटेंस बनाकर भेज सकते हैं अगर आपको वर्ड समझ में आ गया है तो. ऑल्सो जो मैं आपको नए वोकैबुलरी वर्ड के साथ उनके सिनोनिम्स हाईलाइट करा रही हूँ, उस पर भी आप सेंटेंस बनाकर मुझे चैट विंडो में डाल सकते हैं. एवरीबडी प्लीज बैक अप. It was a callous, cruel and selfish act. If they turn their backs, they are condemned as indifferent and callous. With her apparent lack of remorse, remorse is a very good word, she appears to be as cruel and callous as he is. Yes, so this is the third word for the day, which is callous. Let's move on to the fourth word, and that is deride. Deride. Right? Now, deride means, it is a verb first of all, derided, derided, and deriding. And it means when we treat someone with contempt or we ridicule something, we taunt someone, we mock someone, so we can use deride. The synonyms for deride can be mock, ridicule, scorn. Scorn is a very good word. Insult, taunt, sneer, jeer, disdain, scoff, detract, flout, chaff. Chaff has also come in recent exam. I don't remember which exam, but it was there. Jibe, take a jibe at him. Contempt. N is silent here in contempt. And antonym for for deride can be where you cheer someone, when you commend someone, applaud for someone, appreciate someone. So that is antonym. So the antonym for deride can be approve, endorse, commend, applaud, endorse, sanction, praise. Hail is a very good word. Commend, I have written twice, I'll repeat it, remove it. Acclaim, loud for someone, applaud and loud. Cheer, tout. This I think we have done in the last few weeks. Crack up, accredit, and recommend. So examples can be: numerous critics have derided the act as one-sided. It risks being widely derided too, and by its own people. The British stiff upper lip is much derided now. Right? So derided. It is derided. So please mention in the chat window what words we have done this time. We did adherent, barbarous, callous, and it is deride. We are going to the last word. So before that, any questions? Please put the questions into the chat window. Sentences chat window में डालिए. और जो डाउट्स है वो भी चैट विंडो में डालिए. अगर लाइव खत्म भी हो जाता है, I'll just reply back to you. Last word for the day is haughty. 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 Now, haughty is again adjective, and it is used by for a person who is having excessive pride or arrogance. Right? For example, Rahul Gandhi is haughty. Okay? Just an example, no offense to anyone. So, haughty means having or showing excessive pride or arrogance. So, synonyms can be, one or a few of them: proud, arrogant, lofty, lofty both, high, stuck up, contemptuous. This has come in the exam. Conceited, imperious, snooty, scornful, snobbish, disdainful, and supercilious. Supercilious. So these are the synonyms for haughty, right? Now let's move on to the antonyms of haughty. A person who is very humble, who is very mild, right? So they are called as non-haughty people. So antonyms can be modest, humble, meek, mild, self-efficacy, self-efficacy, subservient, and wimpish. So these are the antonyms for haughty. Done? Let's move on to some of the examples. Her great conquests and the gifts they brought made her proud and haughty. Most of the country's middle class knew at her haughty manner and tacky personal style. But no matter about my spiteful little asides, my haughty disdain. Right? So haughty is the last word for the day. Adherent, adherent, barbarous, callous, deride, and haughty. Sentences, please, for all the words, immediately in the chat window, waiting for you. Okay, so now we are done with the words. So let's move on to the quiz for the today. Agreed? Okay. As he grew, the elders were amazed at his dash manner and his constant likeness to his father. As he grew, the elders were amazed at his dash manner and his constant likeness to his father. Haughty, adherent, barbarous, or derided? Derided. Yes, answers. It's haughty. Adherent? No. Haughty. As he grew, the elders were amazed at his haughty manner and his constant likeness to his father. Second quiz. Critics dash the plot locations. Critics dash the plot locations. Haughty, adherent, barbarous, derided. Derided. Yes, derided. Next. A dash state of mind will be required to make it through another week. Haughty, adherent, barbarous, callous. Answer, please. The answer is a barbarous state of mind will be required to make it through another week. Right? Next quiz. I trust this dash disregard for viewers' feeling will be put right as soon as possible. Haughty, adherent, barbarous, callous. Yes, the answer is callous. Too obvious, right? Callous. I trust this callous disregard for viewers' feeling will be put right as soon as possible. Next quiz. That is the solution of die hard dash to the captaincy mystique. Haughty, adherent, barbarous, and callous. And the answer would be adherent. That is the solution of die hard dash to the captaincy mystique. Adherent. Okay, so this was the quiz from my side. I hope you liked the words and you were able to understand it. Please put on your questions in the comment window. And if you want to join the quiz, the vocabulary program, wherein in this program you'll be covering 1500 words, recorded sessions it would be, then the price is 199. Please enroll for the same. The content would remain with you for every time. Also with that you will get a lot of quizzes add on, plus there can be one session live with me, which we will be having every month once, and you can discuss about the vocabulary words at the same time. So please send it to your friends so that they can join in. And this is the ninth session, so that means next week we will be having the last session on vocabulary. After that we will move to the grammar errors, so wait for it. Any recommendations for the live sessions are appreciated. आप दे सकते हो कि मुझे क्या और लाइव सेशन करने चाहिए जो आपको हेल्प कर सके. Also, thank you for joining in, and for any doubts please comment in the chat window. Bye bye, take care.